So for those of you who implemented last night's game plan, you should have had another phenomenal green day. I made it very clear that I was focused on SPY call options towards the previous day lows, which was towards 567, which was the automation buy level to buy calls the previous day, which ended up being the exact lows. And then in terms of the newly updated level, in terms of the automation buy call level, I made it very clear if we go under the previous day lows, I'm going to be interested in automatically buying call options at the next automatic break and retest level that has not been tested during the extended hours trading session at 565, which was the exact lows. Both of the levels ended up working out. In terms of my own personal trading, I ended up making one trade on the day. It was a 100% success rate, 1-for-1, and I ended up buying SPY call options at the exact lows during the power hour trading session. As soon as the 30-minute candlestick closed, directly at 3 p.m., I bought these 569 SPY calls out of the money, and it quickly spiked 2 points into the money from my key level. The buy zone was 567 to 568. There was a green, red, green, bullish 30-minute candlestick pattern on the 30-minute chart with a clear support confirmation at the overall level, and it worked once again. The green, red, green pattern at our levels have been working flawlessly every single day if you've been looking at the overall markets capturing these overall trends. In terms of GROAR ended up going 10 for 13 on the day. As a collective, we are 11 for 14. In terms of GROAR's trades, the best trades were during the power hour trading session. I called out a 200% profit return aligned with my educational system and the game plan that I gave you. And then GROAR had back-to-back wins on puts. And keep in mind, I bought my calls at the exact lows and I sold them at the exact peak. In terms of GROAR's trades, he made over a 500% return during the power hour trading session on SPY puts. And then right before the stock market closed, he ended up making nearly a 1,000% return on SPX puts. Before we get into the new game plan, I'm going to quickly show you some of the trades that we made. Then I'm going to recap all the trades that we ended up making towards the end of this overall video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you the trade that I made and recap it. And then I'm going to explain to you the power hour trading session, man. Take a look at this. So in terms of the game plan, you guys are well aware that I was planning to buy call options towards the previous day lows if there's a bullish 30-minute confirmation. 567 was an automation buy level, and we absolutely crushed it on call options during the power hour trading session yesterday. In terms of today, the same pattern formed at the exact same level towards previous day lows, towards the buy zone where we were planning to buy call options. Take a look. Green, red, green, and the floor is at 567. Here we are sitting towards previous day lows, and as you can see, take a look at the overall patterns. Green, red, green. The next 30 minutes, the SPY spikes towards the high of the previous 30-minute candlestick. So if you're using the levels and you're waiting for the 30-minute candlesticks to close at the green, red, green pattern, you should be buying call options towards the opening of that 30-minute candlestick after the pattern forms at the levels, right as it's dipping on the 1-minute chart scaling into the trade. Now take a look at this pattern. This is another pattern. So you're going to see right here, we had another green, red, green, which is bullish, and then the SPY is going to start to spike higher. Now, this is a pattern and strategy that some of you might not have noticed using the buy zone and using the green, red, green pattern today. This is part of the stack to the deck that I've created with the 30-minute pattern system. So I want you to take a look at this, man. Take a look. You can see right here, we have a green wick. You see the green wick? And then the next wick is a red wick. What happens after that? A very strong bullish breakout. And then you can see right here, we have a green wick. And then the next 30-minute candle is a red wick. And notice how on this red wick, it's forming a higher floor above the previous resistance. Therefore, not only is it a break, but it's a retest. And in terms of the bullish pattern, it wasn't just a green, red, green confirmation to be buying calls, but also when this pattern formed, green facing to the downside, red facing to the downside, next 30 minutes was bullish. Break, retest, green facing to the downside, red facing to the downside, next 30 minutes is bullish. Do you see how that pattern is forming at our level with a break and retest in a green, red, green confirmation? That is stacking multiple patterns on the 30-minute chart, using the buy zone, and then using the overall game plan with the key levels, the green, red, green pattern, and then this 1 hour pattern that I just showed you where it's going to retest the highs of this wick, retest the high of this wick after it forms this red 30-minute candle. After it forms this red 30-minute candle, it forms a green bullish one, closing out that green, red, green pattern, which is exactly why when this 30-minute candlestick right here, so this is the opening, this is at 3 p.m. As soon as this 30-minute candlestick opened, we're towards the lows at 567.50. So when I noticed all of this pattern and all this trend stack, trend stack with the deck that I've created, because this is how I trade with an educational system, you're going to see right here, this was the first trade that I ended up making on the day. I waited for the entire day to make this trade. This is what you call the perfect setup, the best setup at the best price, and the perfect confirmations at my overall levels. And before this, you could have automatically bought calls at the level. As you can see right here, this was the break and retest level. We had resistance at 565. I told you extended hours resistance is likely going to bounce and react to support, making this an automatic buy level at 565 and also the gap close reversal at 564. Surely enough, once the market quickly dropped to 565, it was the exact lows. Do you understand how many times in a row I've made a game plan giving you the exact lows when an automation call by level? Losing and going red is a personal choice if you're applying the overall game plan. You could have been buying calls at the exact lows today, and it was an automated level, so you could have just got in without that confirmation. And then look, green, red, green is bullish, and the market starts to uptrend. The strategy keeps on working at the levels, and I will continue to teach this to you and show you how I trade and manifest this, because it's going to keep on repeating nonstop. And I'm going to be the person who not only capture these trends in real time, right, and puts everyone on and creates self-sufficient traders, but I'm going to trade this curriculum that I've created to the best of my abilities with far out of the money 0-day option contracts. So in terms of this trade, I ended up buying 569 SPY calls at 37 cents a contract at 3:02 p.m. Right? I explained to you why I bought the calls on the opening of that 30-minute candlestick. If you go to 569 calls, you're going to see my first trade on the day was at the exact lows. This is where I got on the calls, 3:02 p.m., right? So in terms of this trade, I am in at 37 cents a contract. I ended up closing out and selling my position literally just 19 minutes later at 90 cents a contract at 3:21 p.m. for nearly a 200% profit return. This is where I got out on the trade. It quickly dropped to 27 cents. I ended up selling at 3:21 p.m. right here at the exact peak before the contracts literally sold off, right? So that's the overall trade. That's what I ended up doing on 569 SPY calls, going 1-for-1, using my buy zone, previous day lows in 568, using the break and retest strategy. And once it retested, I noticed that there was two bullish patterns. There was a red, green, red pattern, and there was a red wick forming that confirmed that it was going to be another green, red, green, and another green bullish pattern, right? Stacking all of the cards within the deck within my favor on one single trade, buying the cheapest, lowest risk contracts that went in the money for the biggest percentage gains. So that's what I ended up doing on the day. Now take a look at what G-Roar ended up doing during the power hour trading session, man. Look at this, man. This is fucking insane. Take a look at these trades, man. This is the power hour trading session. So I trade during power hour, 200% return on calls. And then look at what G-Roar ended up doing during the power hour trading session. 3:36 p.m., 568 SPY puts for 26 cents. We're trading both ways, capitalizing on every single trade within this market, making the biggest percentage gains. Take a look, man. 568 SPY puts, 3:36 p.m., 26 cents a contract. You go to 3:36 p.m. on these SPY 568 puts, and you're going to see this is where we ended up getting in. We got in these puts at the exact lows. This is where we got in. They're trading in the 20 cent range. The puts ended up closing literally right here at 120 cents. You could have made a 600% profit return. And we sold the exact peak on that trade at 3:59 p.m. right before market closed. Now, if you think that's impressive, I make a 200% return, he makes a 600% return. Look at what G-Roar ended up doing 3 minutes before the stock market closed. So he bought the SPY puts at the exact lows and he sold at the exact peak like I did with my calls, except these are puts, and he made a 600% return. Now look at what he does on SPX. Look at this, man. Right here at 3:57 p.m., 5695 SPX puts for 65 cents a contract at 3:57 p.m., 3 minutes before the stock market's closed. We closed out these trades at the exact peak, selling at 3:59 p.m. on both of those trades. Take a look at this, man. 5695 SPY SPX puts, right? SPX. Look at this. The high is 65 cents, the low is 30 cents, right? We are in at the exact lows. 2 minutes later, the contracts go to 430 cents. And they closed deep in the money at 265 cents. You could have made nearly a 1,000% profit return on that trade if you sold towards the exact peak like we did. And the trade before that, you could have made a 600% profit return. The trade before that, you could have made a 200% profit return. You could have made, literally, in that situation, you could have potentially made a 2,000% profit return on 3 trades during the power hour trading session. Take a look at the results, man. We had many members absolutely crush it. One of our most consistent members is DF. Big shout out to him. Another $1,700 profit on the day with a live real Webull account. And you're going to see right here, man, we have many members. Look at this, man. Power Hour, G-Roar, the GOAT is always fucking crushing it. Look at the results. $3,700 profit just trading during the Power Hour trading session. I absolutely crushed on the day. My account for the month, for March, is already up now 160%. We are closing off this month the strongest way possible. We have a new member who just joined, up nearly $700 on the day. I'm telling you, the results are there. This is another very consistent member. Big shout out to him, man. Absolutely crushing it. SPY puts, killing it. 30% quick return, man. Right here, growing small accounts, absolutely crushing it, man. Look at this. This is one of the traders who recently joined. Crazy Ups Music. Take a look at this, man. Look at what the trades can do, man. I'm in calls at 3:02 p.m. at the exact lows. Now look at the results when I take this trade, man. Look at this. Look at the fucking results. We had a member make over $7,000 on these overall trades with SPY and SPX, man. Look at this. I close out my trade. People are saying calls are killing it. And then look at the results. We have a member right here showing the results, and I'm showing him the strategy I was using. Look at this, man. Green facing to the downside, red facing to the downside. Next 30 minutes, strong and bullish to retest this wick. Green, red, green is bullish. Break and retest, higher floor. Green facing to the downside, red facing to the downside. Next 30 minutes, strong and bullish. Green facing to the downside, red facing to the downside. Next 30 minutes, strong and bullish. Green, red, green, break, retest, higher floor, retest the high of this wick. Are you seeing the market how I see it? Because this is my perception, how I perceive it. And I can assure you it prints at the speed of light. And I can assure you once you master this, losing becomes a personal choice with this skill set that we have. Take a look at the results, man. We had many members crush it. This member was thanking me for the overall play, and look at the results. $6,240 profit on SPX, $621 profit on SPY. So those were the main plays. And like I said, G-Roar ended up going 10 for 13. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to go all over all those trades, right? 10 wins, 3 L's, and 2 of the trades were literally 1,800% profit return during the power hour trading session. Therefore, losing is a personal choice and the win rate does not matter. So with that being said, we absolutely crushed it. The win streak, the never-ending green streak shall continue. Now, in terms of the new game plan, that's going to print you money at the speed of fucking light, because you guys are well aware, I create the most self-sufficient traders, and we print nonstop, and we make the biggest percentage gains in the market with the cheapest, lowest risk. So I'm going to give you the best game plan within the market. This is the best game plan that you can use heading into tomorrow in terms of creating this a day before the market's open, right? So this is what you need to understand. There is going to be multiple key levels of interest, and this is what I want you to be aware of. If the SPY gaps down, if we are opening below the previous closing price, 567, if we are gapping down, opening up below 567, then the SPY is going to attempt to have a bearish trend day. So it's going to attempt to have a bearish trend day and overall be bearish. Now, if it does gap down, it's going to be a situation where we can, in terms of the close, it's either going to close bearish or it's going to start to recover into the close. So you're going to have to use confirmations at the overall levels. But what I am telling you is, if we do gap down, and as long as we are staying under 567.55, then the market is going to be bearish first, and then potentially a bearish close later or a bullish close later. I'll explain to you how to play the overall close, but that's what you need to understand. If we gap down, if we stay below 567.50, the market's going to be bearish. Now, if the market goes bearish and 567.50 is reacting as a clear resistance level, if 567, the previous closing price, is reacting as a clear resistance level and we're dropping below, and especially on a gap down, the levels for puts would be towards 566 to 567. Those would be the overall levels for puts. And then what's going to happen is if the market's reacting bearish, and again, for this to really work, it needs to stay under 567.50. If we're breaking above 567.50 and pushing higher and we're not seeing that resistance, then forget it. If we're just breaking above 567.50, then forget it in terms of this, information. What I'm telling you is for a clear bearish move at market open, we need to open up with a gap down, or we just need to stay below 567.50. As long as those two things are happening, it's a bearish move first, and you're looking for bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, right? So in that situation, this is what's going to happen. It's likely going to drop below the previous day lows. We're likely going to take out 565, making 566 to 567 a quick scalp on puts. That's the overall zone, right? And then, like I said, if we go above 567.50 and that's reacting as support, bulls are taking fucking control, right? So it's a red flag for puts in a sense. If the market's opening up higher than 567.50 and we're forming a floor, there's a break of trend where bulls are taking control. Like I said, if we're just gapping down, maintaining below, then it's bearish first. If not, it's going to try to react bullish first. So in terms of the bearish analysis, as long as we're staying under 567.50, or if we're gapping down even better, we're going to go under previous day lows, and then this is the buy zone for calls. The first level I have for calls, this could be considered an automation buy level. There is a gap that is waiting to fill below at 564. There's a gap right here at 564. There's key support right here that has not been tested, and it's aligned with a break and retest level. Take a look. You can see right here there was resistance during the normal trading hours at 564. The SPY had a break above resistance during the after hours trading session, forming a floor and a break and retest. The next day, the SPY gapped up. So it's having an overreaction. It had an overreaction to the upside. Now it's having an overreaction to the downside. And if you studied the trend, like I told you, and the market's been doing this very well in a bullish market, right? Especially on calls, the SPY is going to try to bounce first, even on bearish trend days, making very lucrative opportunities to scalp calls first. But the thing is, it tends to happen when they test the levels initially. So if the move is going to happen when the level is tested initially, there's going to be a lack of confirmation in terms of all the confirmations that we use. And it's going to be more of just the strategy with this overall understanding where the market has been bouncing when there's an overreaction at key support during extended hours 567. When it tests during the normal trading hours, it bounced first. Break and retest level right here at 565. When there's an overreaction to the upside and then to the downside, it bounces first, even if the trend is bearish. And then right here is the next level. Break, retest, extended hours, right? When it drops back down to the normal trading hours level for the first time, it's likely going to bounce at 564. And that is a break and retest during the normal trading hours on a level that was working during the extended hours trading session. I'm telling you, when the level hits the first time, testing normal trading hours, and the strategy worked during extended hours, it tends to work 80% plus of the time. But the thing with this strategy is it tends to be an automation strategy, because what I'm telling you is it tends to just work the first time. If you're going to do it the second time during normal trading hours, then you really need to use a strong confirmation, because in that situation, you need to understand the level already played out. People were not prepared, and they're not aware of these overall market trends and patterns, and they're not aware with the understanding that the market could automatically bounce at these levels. I'm telling you, like, the information I'm giving you, this is literally like, it could be like a bot or like an AI in a fucking sense. But this is the material that I fucking created, and it's going to keep on fucking printing. 567 printed, 565 printed. The next level is 564, break and retest. And like I said, if you disable the extended hours trading session, you're going to see we have a clear gap that is waiting to fill below at 564. So I gave you the opportunity for puts, 564. We're looking to automatically buy calls. Now, in terms of the next levels below that, this one, you're going to need a strong confirmation. If you are seeing a bullish confirmation right here towards this break and retest level that has not been tested, this 562.50, you can try calls. Just understand it's against the overall trend, but also understand the market, if we're maintaining below 567.50, we're going to see a nice sell-off first. And then, like I said, in terms of the close, it's either going to be a bearish or bullish close. So in terms of determining that, there's many ways to determine if it's going to be a bearish or bullish close, right? So as long as we're staying below, 567.50, it's going to be a bearish move first, and then we're going to have a bearish close or a bullish close. But what you look for is you look for confirmation. So if you're trying to confirm if it's going to be a bullish or bearish close, it needs to be holding above the key levels of interest and forming strong support for like 1 to 2 hours. If we're maintaining above the key support levels and we're holding and SPY keeps breaking out at the levels and it keeps dropping back down to retest, forming higher support, then it's likely going to be a bullish close. But if we keep on selling off, not forming higher support, not breakout and retesting, and we're breaking below the levels and then we're retesting, forming lower highs, it's going to try to be a bearish close. But at the end of the day, you got to use the confirmations at the levels. The market could be signaling a bearish trend for the entire day where it just keeps on, bouncing at these levels first, then it goes lower, forms lower highs on the spike, then right before the market's about to close on like the last 30-minute candlestick or the one before that, there's some sort of bullish pattern at the levels. So these are the next levels where it's going to try to bounce first. 562.50. You have to use a strong confirmation. It is not an automatic buy level. Now, this level, I would consider an automation level. This is a very good level to be buying calls on. It's the break and retest strategy. This level right here towards 560.50 with this same 30-minute candlestick pattern. If you go back historically throughout the 10-day 30-minute chart, you're going to specifically see this 30-minute candlestick pattern when it's placed bullish, and this is a bullish pattern as well, red, double slanted green, double slanted red, and then goes overall bullish. Break and retest here with this overall 30-minute candlestick. The market has been reversing and spiking when it's retested for the first time during that normal trading hour session. So 566.60 is a strong level of interest to be buying call options heading into tomorrow. And then in terms of a level below that, if we were to drop even below that, the next level of interest would be, as you can see right here. So if we're going under, 560.50, very unlikely. The next level is going to be 559, but the strong key level to just auto buy calls below that is 558 to 557. Those are the levels. That's the ladder, right? If the level reacts bullish, you could be buying calls. In terms of automation levels, I told you strong automation level is considered 564, gap close reversal, break and retest. Another automation level I would consider is towards 560.50. And then for the overall bearish close, if we're sitting at one of the levels I gave you and there's bullish confirmations, then it's going to try to close strong. If there's no bullish confirmations, then it's going to try to close weak, right? So just look at the levels I gave you. If you're seeing some standard bullish confirmation, then you could try calls for a strong bullish close, right? If you study the overall market, we've been having a lot of bullish attempts into the close with the green, red, green. Green, red, green. Last 30 minutes, it spikes breaking above this 30-minute wick, right? And then you're going to see green, red, green. And then right here, it starts to spike 30 minutes into that. And then we called out this play perfectly, man. The play on puts, like, it's fucking crazy. I called out the play perfectly on calls. And then I gave analysis that the last 30-minute candle was likely going to be bearish. In terms of my entry, I wanted to get in slightly above the previous 30-minute, above 570 to 570.50. That's where I wanted to buy puts. But I told people, man, it's likely going to be a bearish close in terms of how the pattern was setting up, man. Because if you study the overall pattern, you're going to see when the market ended up doing this. This is why I said this. You're going to see right here, when we were forming these green wicks facing to the downside, next 30 minutes would be strong and bearish. You see that? Green wick facing to the downside, next 30 minutes is strong and bearish, right? Green wick facing to the downside, next 30 minutes, strong and bearish. But the entry is when it retests towards the upper middle or the high of that previous 30 minutes, right? You're going to see right here, I mean, this one, it wasn't necessarily green in a sense, but you get the point. We had this red 30-minute face to the downside, starts to sell off. You see what I'm saying with the 30-minute chart. If you're just visually looking at the patterns, I mean, there's literally no explanation, especially if you're a visual learner. But you get the point, man. That's why I was overall bearish on the 30-minute chart. Like, if you go to my overall analysis, you're going to see, man, I was super fucking bearish after exiting those calls. And then G-Roar called out the plays fucking perfectly, man. But yeah, it worked out very, very ideal. So see, like 3:28 p.m., so you notice how with my system, I'm waiting very strategically. And like I said, vast majority of my trades are placed with this overall system. And I wait for the 30-minute candlestick right before it's about to close or right before it's about to open, right? I mean, you could see my entry was at 3:02 p.m. So I waited 2 minutes for the new one to open, right? So right after the one before that closed. But in terms of the analysis is on point. And then G-Roar called out the two best plays that could have been called out with the lowest risk, biggest percentage gains. I mean, what he did in power hour was truly fucking life-changing, man. 1,800% plus profit return you could have made on the situation. But look at this, 3:28 p.m. based on the 30-minute chart, we can go bearish, and the entry would be between 570 to 570.50. I'm watching for now Most I would risk is 25% of my gains of the last play. But this was a very overall bearish setup that we were confident in. I just wanted certain confirmation, but GWAR called the play and we fucking banked on that overall play, man. Trading both ways during the power hour trading session, man. I'm telling you, we are killing it every single fucking day, man. So I gave you the game plan if the market's reacting bearish. Now, what if the market is reacting bullish? So for the market to react bullish, this is what needs to happen. For there to be no red flags heading into tomorrow, we need to stay above 567.50. Because like I told you, man, if we're not staying above 567.50 and we're starting to drop below, it's just going to be overall bearish. And then the close is either going to be bullish recovery or just bearish close. And I explained to you what to look for, right? We're going to determine it and confirm it heading into tomorrow. This is a day before the market events. We know the exact confirmations to use and the exact strategies with the breakout and retest and the breakdown and retest and the gap close reversals and all that other technical strategies. So the point is, for the bulls to really show up and take control, what I would say is, I would keep it simple. I would just say this, 568. If we break above 568 and we're holding above 567.50, we're maintaining that range. We never really dropped below that and we're forming support, then it's going to be a break and retest at 568. Trend's going to start to flip bullish. Next level we go to is 570. Next level above that is going to be 571. Based off of what I'm seeing, it's likely going to have a pullback in between that range, even if it's a bullish day, unless we're having a strong gap up that can alter that. But based off of what I'm seeing, man, and this is key information, we could potentially drop in between 570 to 571. We could potentially drop first. And then on calls, it's very likely that we spike first when we go under previous day lows. If it reacts bearish, 564, instant fucking spike, buy the fucking calls. I'm telling you, when we go under previous day lows, it should be a phenomenal opportunity to buy calls first for a quick spike, even if trend's bearish and we go lower later. I'm telling you, these quick scalps, like put this into perspective. This was a quick scalp in 30 minutes, 567.50 to 570. The calls spiked 2.5 points in 30 fucking minutes. The market closed bearish. Within those 30 minutes, I ran up 200% on SPY calls. And then we hit SPY and SPX calls for fucking 1,000% plus, man. Unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing. So in terms of calls, like I said, it's going to really try to drop in between 570 and 571. If you're seeing bearish confirmations in that zone, you could try puts. If we were to go above that, like I said, that's going to be a big challenge heading into tomorrow. In order to go above 571, we need to hold above 568 the whole day. We can't even go under it. It needs to hold above like 568, 567.50 the whole day. We need to form support in between 570, 571. If that occurs, like I said, it's going to be a very challenge and unlikely, but it could happen. Next level we go to is 572.50. Now 572.50 is a breakdown and retest level, but in a sense, it kind of already played out. We cracked 572.50, 30-minute chart reacted bearish, then we sold off, so the breakdown and retest already worked. So it's kind of already played out. That's just more of a middle level I'm not too interested in, but it could drop there, but I'm not too interested in it, man. The best fucking level for puts on a strong bullish day would be 574 breakdown and retest. This is pre-market support right here. It cracked. And then I told you, if we go under 573, buy the puts, and then we started going under 573, red, green, red, there's a roof, there's resistance right here at the previous support that was not tested during extended hours. I'm telling you, you need to use this strategy where there's a breakout and retest or a breakdown and retest during the extended hours. And when the level hits for the first time with the strategy, during normal trading hours with extended hours level, so you're getting the level during the extended hours, you're seeing, look, this is support. There was support here for like 90 minutes. It had a nice spike. We crack support. Since we crack support, it's breaking down. It's cracking below. So if it breaks down and then retest the previous support in the pre-market and we form bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, red, green, red, it's forming resistance for 1 and 2 hours, buy the fucking puts with the breakdown retest, and then do the inverse on calls with the breakdown retest levels. Use the extended hours. Look for the overreaction. It is life-changing. It tends to play out the best on the first reaction, where in a sense, you don't even need a confirmation, especially if it's at a prime level. And I'm telling you, those prime levels, and you need to go into the market with that game plan and mindset that people are not aware of these extended hours levels with these strategies that I'm giving you in the 30-minute chart confirmations. Not that you necessarily need them in certain situations, because like I said, it's likely just a drop zone first on the breakdown retest where it just drops instantly, even if it ends up spiking back later, because overall trend might not be on bearish, but it's a great scalp where it just drops first instantly, and then on calls it just bounces first instantly. So these are levels that you need to be aware of. Even if you're not taking a trade, you need to be aware of, like, if you're in on fucking calls and we're hitting a drop zone, get the fuck out of the calls. Auto sell the calls because it could drop burst, right? Set the profit stops very close to that range, right? You need to be aware of where the market can automatically reverse and have a quick drop or a quick spike at an extended hours level that has not been tested. And then once it hits during normal trading hours, it could have a quick spike or a quick drop, right? Bullish or bearish strategy, breakdown retest or breakdown retest strategy, right? So 574.30, but the best fucking level that I've been waiting for, man, is 575. This is what you need to do. Wait to trade the best setups at the best prices. On the automated levels, you can look to automatically scale in. When you see the perfect setup with the perfect confirmation at the levels, take the trade and just do this. I am giving you curriculum that I've created that works. It is working and it is printing every single day. And if you are applying it with my game plan that multimillionaires are using to trade alongside us with the curriculum, you should be going green. We're not expecting you to trade as good as we are with the systems that we've created and with the strategies and with the confirmations and with the levels. But at the very least, we do expect you to be green with simple, proper risk management and buying the right asset classes, going further out on the option contracts, right? I mean, look at this, man. This is the perfect setup. It doesn't really get more perfect than this. 567 was an automated buy level, right? So what did we do yesterday? 567, extended hours support, extended hours support. The strategy worked where the SPY had an overreaction once it bottomed at 567. The strategy worked during extended hours when it formed this green bullish 30-minute candlestick and then green, red, green pushed higher. And then the low of the new green, red, green was above previous resistance, forming higher support. And it just kept on going green, red, green the entire day, right? Which is why I told you when we dropped back down to 567 first, we just had such a massive overreaction to the upside. If we go straight back down to the downside just as fast as we went up, if not even quicker, then it's going to bounce first at 567. It's an extended hours level that has been forgotten. You know, a lot of traders don't even have extended hours enabled. They have this enabled and they're fucking clueless to this level and to this strategy where in a bullish market, the market can bounce first at 567 support. It's such a strong overreaction. 567 to 576. The level was not tested during pre-market. So if the market drops just as quickly as it took to get to 576 or even quicker to 567, it makes it an automatic level in a bullish market because it's likely just going to bounce first instantly. We don't even need a confirmation. If you wait for a confirmation, you might miss out on the play or it might just not even work because it already worked out and now people are more aware of that level. You have to understand a lot of people are not going to be aware of 567. And some of the best trades come from people's lack of awareness, people's mistakes. People get trapped in the market because they're not aware of where the traps are going to be set. But if you wait for someone to get trapped, the bears got trapped here and it was during extended hours. A lot of people are going to forget that because they're not looking at extended hours and they're trading by the day, by the day, by the day. It could take days, it could take weeks for SPY to retest that level. But once it tests, and if it tests in a way where it drops just as quickly as it took to spike, or if it loses all of its gains even quicker to get back to that 567, the overreactions to the upside and downside is a confirmation that I use to trigger a reversal. Overreactions to the upside, overreactions to the downside. Big rips to the upside, big rips to the downside, quick period of times, if not just as fast or even quicker, likely going to bounce in reverse first, right? I mean, if you're going to miss out on the first play due to a lack of confirmation where it's supposed to automatically bounce, you're going to need the best confirmation possible because once it bounces first, if that's what it does, then people are going to be aware of the level and it could be less likely to work, which is why you need the best confirmation in that situation if you're choosing to trade the second time. Or you could just do it both and risk a little bit less on the second play since you already won on the first one, or just risk the same amount if there's a perfect confirmation there, right? So typically I'll look to get in on the best plays just automatically. And even if it doesn't work out, the second play, I'll make it all back and more with a perfect confirmation, right? And then sometimes I'll just take them both. But you get the point, man. It was just so fucking obvious when we sold off to hit the fucking calls and the confirmation was there. Green, red, green. Next 30 minutes is strong bullish close. You see that? And we buy calls on the opening of this. And I tell you all the time, when there's a bullish confirmation at our levels and you're seeing these wicks facing to the downside, the SPY retests the high of the wick when the confirmation is there. And it starts to spike and break above that previous high's wick, just like it did today. So 567, if you use the daily chart foundation, that's how I came up with the level. The daily chart was very, very clear that if we are forming support at 567, the market is going to start to bounce. Which is why, in terms of just recapping the overall day here real quick, the next automation buy level was right here at 565. This was resistance. We had resistance right here. We had a break above resistance, a drop back down. We had a retest. We had a floor for hours, and the break and retest strategy worked. And then we had a gap and go situation, right? In this particular situation, it never retested 565. The resistance and the support at 564 was the gap close reversal. The gap close reversal was at 564 and the resistance was at 565. This is the new break and retest level, the new resistance. The previous resistance, which was not tested, is aligned with the gap close reversal trade strategy. That's two strategies at 564. 564, if we drop to that tomorrow, I'm going to be buying calls at the speed of fucking light. Automation buy call level print at the speed of fucking light. It's going to fucking work, man. Look, that play worked out perfectly today, where as soon as we dropped to 565, the market bounced. And look at the confirmation. Green, red, green. And it was at the level and we pushed higher, right? You're setting the profit stops, moving the profit stops up higher. As this 30-minute candlestick is flipping red, you get profit stopped out, right? Sometimes the market is just going to go straight up like this for hours. You make the biggest gains. Sometimes you get profit stopped out quicker. You move the profit stops up higher to ensure that you don't get back the bulk of your overall gains, right? And you add to winners to increase the winnings. It's a safe way to double to triple your gains and to increase your position size because you're setting the profit stop. And if you set the profit stop, going green to red is a personal choice. So with that being said, if you look at the final information I'm giving you, man, we had the green, red, green, the automatic buy level at 565. Everything I'm continuing to teach you is going to continue to happen. Will you capture it? Will you learn this skill set? Will you try to master it? Will you try to trade to the best of your ability, man? Like, imagine if someone figured out how to use my curriculum and they're trading better than I am. Imagine if that fucking happened, man. The possibilities. I'm telling you, I'm putting you on to the fucking game. And as we're trading the 30-minute chart, we break it down with the 1-minute chart. We use the 1-minute chart too, but the 30-minute chart is that foundation. And the daily chart is that foundation. We start with the daily, then we go to the 30-minute, then we go to the 1-minute, and we use all three at once in a sense. So the next game plan, the daily chart said if 567 reacts to support, we're buying fucking calls, right? So green, red, green, 565, automatic buy level. You could have bought calls, green, red, green, bullish. You could have bought calls right fucking here with the curriculum and at the levels. And this was at 568. Clear confirmation to be buying calls after the automatic buy level worked with the green, red, green, bullish pattern and a strong green, bullish pin, right? Now take a look. If we're going all the way to 571, and there's a green, red, green, bullish confirmation at my level, and the automated buy level worked, what do you think I'm going to do if into the close, the stock market is reacting bullish at my level where I was interested in buying calls once again, 565, it's 567. I'm going to be buying calls. The market already pushed higher. It already proved itself. It already confirmed with green, red, green and the automatic buy level working and breaking out and pushing higher that it was overall bullish. But in terms of my confirmation, green, red, green is bullish. And when there's wicks to test above, wicks to test above, wicks to test above with a bullish pattern at a level, especially where we're interested in buying calls, it's going to try to retest the high of the wicks, retest the high of the wicks, retest the high of the wicks, basing down, basing down, basing down, green, red, green, market goes bullish, right? Green, red, green, market's going bullish. Where's the market going bullish? At the levels I give you with the patterns. How the fuck can anybody be red? Losing is a personal choice. This is 2025 now. Do you understand? There's multimillionaires making tens of thousands of dollars every single week trading 0-to-8 options, printing money at the speed of fucking light. G-War went 10 for 13. I waited for the perfect setup, the best setup at the best price, going 1 for 1. And I didn't even call out the play on the automated level because I was already going to do it. I said automatically buy calls at 565. I'm already in the fucking play. You can go like 2-3 points out. Go with the overall profit target. Profit target would be 568. That was the next resistance level. It's just common sense in terms of what strikes to be selecting on an automatic buy level. Just go with the next profit target. Align it with that. So with that being said, in terms of this situation, like I said, we had the green, red, green's bullish, and it was retesting. Then we had another green, red, green is bullish. Then we had a break up a fucking resistance, the previous roof breaks out, forms support, and then whenever we formed red 30-minute facing to the downside, the next 30 minutes was green. Red facing to the downside, next 30 minutes is green. Red facing to the downside, green, red, green. The buy zone was the previous day lows. We're literally at the fucking buy zone, and it was working to print all over day, and SPY was at previous highs before this. It's like, dude, I'm showing you, this is exactly how I think. As I'm fucking trading, I'm showing you exactly how I think, how I fucking trade. We do this every single fucking day. Do you understand? This isn't just manifesting this. It's going to keep on happening. Everything I'm telling you will continue to happen. It varies. Sometimes it happens every single fucking day. Sometimes it happens 2 to 3 times a week. We will continue to keep up our heightened awareness and capture these trends and these patterns real time at our levels. And they will continue to work over 80% plus at a time. And we will continue to buy the best asset class to buy with this using the best 0-day options trading alert system that we've created. 30-minute facing red, next 30 minutes is green to retest the wick. 30-minute facing red, next 30 minutes is green to retest the wick. 30 minutes is red, next 30 minutes is green to retest the wick. Other reasons to be fucking bullish? Green, red, green. At my buy zone, align with the daily chart foundation. Bullish. Green, red, likely going to be green, with the red facing to the down, bullish. Red facing to the down, green, red, green, likely going to be bullish. I'm in at the fucking lows here. The buy level, the patterns, do you see the stack? I'm putting you on to the best curriculum in the game. And it is so simple. What I've created is so simple, and it can change your life, and it works, and it will make you self-sufficient. But are you going to apply yourself? Are you going to show up at the levels? Are you going to create and set your price alerts? Are you going to do this where you set your price alerts? Is that something that you're going to do? Or are you just going to watch the market the entire day and try to, just do it for yourself? Set the price alerts, trade the price alerts. When the price alert is triggered, look for the confirmation. Bullish floor for 1 to 2 hours, bullish 30-minute floor, bullish trend reversal candlesticks at our levels is bullish, right? Green, red, green is a bullish pattern. Look for other patterns that you can literally create on your own, right? In terms of how I created this is how my eyes perceive the overall market using the 10-day, 30-minute chart. I'm looking for specific patterns at my levels where history is going to repeat itself. Once I see that the confirmation is there, that the history is going to repeat itself at my level, I take the fucking trade. We have the entire deck. We win and we print nonstop. We don't expect you to be as good as we are because we have a decade of experience, and this is what we've created that works. We create money-making systems that work and education and curriculum that works. But we do expect you to be self-sufficient and to be educated and to be green. You should be going green vast majority of the time. Once it clicks and once you get it, I don't expect you to get it right away. But once you do, you should be going green, and the curriculum should be working and printing for you at the speed of fucking light. So that's all the reasoning behind it. And I gave you the game plan, and we're going to crush it, man. I'm telling you. Look at what we do. We do this every single day. We have the same members. We have a massive client base. We have a massive clientele who's been with us for over 2 years. They've stayed. They're on a monthly recurring subscription. They stayed with us. They haven't canceled. 90% of the people who join Team Roar, they choose to stay. Only 10% cancel every single month, right? This is the strongest community you're ever going to see in terms of a real-time 0-day options trading alert system, man. It's unlimited fucking winning, and it's unlimited fucking printing. Look at this. Risking $145 to make $465. That's a good risk to reward, and you're not risking a lot to make big gains. And you can make many trades on a day with a cash account. This is the best way to trade. It's the strongest foundation. Look at the fucking results, man. Every single fucking day, we are making people gains, and we are making people results, man. We are taking money out of the market at the speed of fucking light every single day. Now, I'm going to quickly go over the trades. So in terms of the trades, you're well aware, man. Power hour trading session, 200% return on calls for me. Exact close, exact peak, bought and sold. G-Roar ended up running up over 1,000% return. Buying SPY puts the exact lows. SPX puts the exact lows. In terms of the trades before this, I'm going to quickly go over that, right? And then I'm going to be heading back to my secure private organization. Another thing to note of, on Fridays, we are focused on trading not just SPY, but stocks. A lot of big stocks are going to have their 0 dates expiring on Fridays. So you're going to see us likely trading at least one stock on Fridays because we trade 0 dates, right? SPY has 0 dates every single day. Stocks don't. So on Fridays, Thursday and Friday is when we more focus on stocks as well and add that to the addition because that's when they become cheaper and lower risk. And then Friday's when they become 0 dates, man. And tomorrow's Friday, and we're going to kill it with the game plan and with some stock setups that I have on my radar as well. So 561 puts for 50 cents at 9:33 a.m. This is the first trade on the day. If you go to 569, on this overall trade, I'm going to walk you through this, right? So you go to 561 puts, right? So on this overall trade, you go to 561 puts and you go to market open. You're going to see right here. This is where we ended up getting in. We got in right here at 9:33 a.m. towards the lows of this candle. The puts went from 47 cents and they dropped even lower the next minute, right? They went to 47 cents all the way to 71 cents. When we were up 15%, we set a profit stop. When it's time to move the profit stop up higher, typically right after we add, we move the profit stop up higher. Typically shortly after we add, we move the profit stop up higher, right? So in this particular situation, 561 SPY puts, 50 cents a contract, and look, we add to the winners, 9:35 a.m. How do you increase your gains in a safe way? By quickly adding to winners, because when we win, we tend to win big. So if you quickly add, it's going to be a good average cost. And then if you set a profit stop, going green to red is a personal choice with your new average cost. So you're putting yourself in a position where you could double to triple your position size, which means you're going to double to triple your gains, adding to the winners quickly. And you're going to be able to win big because you're quickly adding to the winners. And you're going to be able to protect the new R multiples in that overall trade because you're setting a profit stop. If you set a profit stop, it's impossible to go red on the overall trade. You get profit stopped out. Green to red is not an option because you get profit stopped out, right? If you set a stop loss, you get stopped out for a loss if it hits a stop loss. If you set a profit stop, you get stopped out for profit if it hits the profit stop. We move the profit stop up higher to ensure that we don't get back the bulk of our gains. Look, we add to the winners. I tell you all the time, we add to winners, add to winners, add to winners. 9:35 a.m., doubling the position size. This is 9:35 a.m. right here on the dip. We're adding to the winners, and then it goes to 70 cents. So 50 to 70 cents plus is nearly a 50% return, and we added to the winners. That's a phenomenal way to start the day where you should be more than green enough to walk away. And if you choose to keep on trading, the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your gains. If you hit that risk, giving back 25 to 50% of your gains, you have to force yourself to stop trading because then you're at risk of going green to red, which is not an option within surviving in the overall market. We don't go green to red. We set profit stops. If we get back 25 to 50% of our gains, we close it out for the day, no more trades. So as you can see right here, 560 SPY puts was the next trade. This one didn't work out. Not every trade is going to be a win, but we still have the highest win rate in the game. And when you trade far the money 0-to-8 options, you don't need a high win rate. With this system, you can have the lowest win rate in the game and still be profitable. Do you understand how many 1,000% wins we've had this week? And if you have a 1,000% win, that means you can have 9 consecutive 100% losses in a row and still be profitable with a 10% win rate. So if you do the fucking math, the win rate does not fucking matter. It's literally just icing on the cake where it pushes you in a more easily way to compound your account and get results quicker. But if you play the long game with our system and with proper risk management, you're going to understand that we don't even need a high win rate. You should be able to be successful with a 33% win rate trading with us. You should be able to be profitable with a 33% win rate trading with us. But like I said, we have the highest win rate in the fucking game. So in terms of that situation, that's one loss, and that's a 50% win rate in terms of the first 2 trades. The first one was a win, and it was green enough for you to walk away, all part of the system for you to make fucking money. Now, in terms of the next trade, 571 SPY calls for 55 cents a contract at 9:55 a.m. So you get a 571 calls right here at 9:55 a.m. You're going to see right here, this is where we got in. We got in right here at 9:55 a.m. in the 60 cent range. You're going to see that we ended up adding. We added to the winners and we added to the calls 3 minutes later at 9:58 a.m., just like that overall first trade where we quickly added. This is where we added. Adding to the winners, doubling the position size, setting the profit stops in a safe way to increase your overall risk to win more in a less risky way. It's like you're putting more R multiples into the trade, but technically you're only risking 1 R multiple, which is the foundation of the overall max risk per trade. The most you lose is what you put in, but the foundation of that is 1 R multiple, because if we're adding 2 to 3 R multiples, we set that profit stop as well, and we get stopped out for profits. Going green to red is a personal choice, even if you are adding with a higher average cost. So with that being said, in terms of this trade, as you can see, it quickly went to 121 cents a contract. We were in right here at 60. We added right here, doubling the position size, and it went up 100% at the speed of fucking light at 10:38 a.m. All you had to do was hold the trade for literally like 40 fucking minutes, and it went up 100%. That is another phenomenal win adding to the winners. And in that situation, that is literally a 67% win rate with 2 nice wins adding to the fucking winners. So in terms of the next trade, you're going to see right here, we ended up buying 572 SPY calls at 46 cents a contract at 10:15 a.m. If you go to 10:15 a.m., you're going to see this is where we ended up buying the calls, right? We take advantage of all of the winning opportunities, and we will buy every strike that makes sense to buy as we're in the trade. So we're trading the overall trend here. This is where we're in right here at 10:15 a.m. As you can see, shortly after that, it goes to 80 cents a contract. That is a phenomenal win. We set the profit stops when we're up 15%, 46 to 80 cents, nearly a 90% return, man. Who do you know is winning this much, this big? It's fucking amazing, man. So that right there is literally 3 for 4 on the overall fucking day. Everybody should be green enough to walk the fuck away. The power hour trading session was fucking life-changing. So 3 for 4 with those big wins and adding to the winners, you're green enough to just walk away and call it for the day. Tesla, we did a trade on Tesla. It didn't work out. That's fine. Not every trade is going to be green, but it doesn't even fucking matter if we're already green enough to walk away or if we're hitting 1,000% gains like we are multiple times a week sometimes. It's fucking insane, man. So with that being said, Tesla didn't work out. 3 for 4 before that, adding to the fucking winners. It doesn't fucking matter. With our system, the win rate does not fucking matter. We went 11 for 14 collectively, but if you added up all the percentage gains combined on all the fucking wins, you could have made multiple $1,000s in one single day. You could have flipped $100 into over $2,000 taking all the fucking trades. So in terms of the next trade, 572 SPY calls, if you got in immediately, it could have worked, but for most people, this just wouldn't have worked out. As soon as 60 cents was alerted, it spiked right to 70 and then it sold off, right? So if someone took that one, most people probably lost on that overall trade because it literally happened in seconds. And as soon as it hit 71, it sold off very, very hard. But in terms of if you got in at 60 cents and you're setting the profit stop at 15%, it counts as a win if you got in at that entry, right? Make sure if you're getting in on the trade, it's very close, if not at an even better entry than our overall entry, right? We do not want you chasing the overall trades. So you have to have your option chains open and ready to execute on these trades. Now, 567 SPY puts for 63 cents. You go to 567 SPY puts right here. You go to 67 cents. This is where you're going to see that we ended up getting in on these overall puts. So this is 567 SPY puts. We go to 11:37 a.m. You're going to see right here, we got in right here. We are in right here in the 60 cent range. It quickly spikes to 100 cents. You're making nearly a 75% profit return on that trade, and your profit stopped out right here. We're not just setting our profit stops at 15%. We're moving them up higher. So if the market has a big move against us and quickly drops just as fast as it went up for those massive gains, we're profit stopped out for the bulk of the gains, right? Once your profit stop level hits, you get profit stopped out, despite how big that drop is and how quick. So your profit stop will trigger 11:46 a.m., 566 SPY puts for 57 cents a contract. You go to 566 SPY puts for 57 cents a contract at 11:46 a.m. You're going to see right here, man. Take a look. We're going to go to 566 puts, and you're going to see right here. This is where we ended up getting in on the overall trade. We got in right here. You had a minute to get in. When we got in, it went from 60 to 80. That's well more than 15%. And then it instantly dropped right back down, which is why not only do you have to have your option chains open and ready, but you have to be ready to set your profit stop. You need to be laser fucking quick and focused and trade at the speed of fucking light with us. The gains can happen at the speed of light, and it can quickly lose the gains at the speed of light as well, which is why not only do you have to be quick with the option chains open and ready to take the trade with the market orders, but you have to be able to have your profit stop set up just as quickly as you entered when you're up 15% plus. So in terms of the next fucking win, 569 SPY calls for 54 cents a contract at 2:08 p.m. You go to 569 calls right here. You're going to see this is where we got in. We got in right here in the 50 cent range. So we're in right there at 54 cents at 2:08 p.m. Adding to the winners, doubling the position size at 2:12 p.m. This is where we're adding. The trade quickly went from 50 to 80 cents. That is fucking phenomenal. That's like 65, 70% profit return. And then as you can see, it dropped right the fuck back off, which is why you need to set your profit stops when you're at 15% and move the profit stop up higher to ensure that you don't get back the bulk of your gains in a situation where it just drops right back to our entry, right? These are all phenomenal gains and they're timed fucking perfectly. Not that they need to, because there is no stop loss. We put in our max risk per trade, and when we're green, we can add to winners and set the profit stop, get profit stopped out regardless. We don't go green to red in that situation, right? Losing is a personal fucking choice, man. Look at all of the fucking wins. This is 10 for 13 on the fucking day. Look at the next trade. 570 SPY calls for 38 cents a contract. You go to 570 calls for 38 cents a contract right here at 2:52 p.m., right? Take a look at this trade. We're in right here. When right here, it goes from 35 to fucking 65. Could have made 100% at the speed of fucking light. And we are not stopped out here. There is no stop losses. Do you see? We trade the fucking trend. This is the beauty of power hour. You can take a trade during power hour at 40 cents. It can go to fucking 1 cent. In this case, it went to fucking 8 cents. And then it comes back to life and it fucking explodes, you know? Timing the trades near perfect is extremely hard, especially during power hour. We still pull it off and we still do it well. But if not, and we're still right, it's still a phenomenal fucking entry. And worst case scenario, we buy that second strike too and get in at the exact fucking lows and time that fucking perfectly. Look, this is what I'm talking about, man. Take a look. Take a look at this situation. G-Wars and fucking calls at 2:52 p.m. 570 calls at 38 cents a contract. The trade drops from 40 to 8 cents. It's a dead play. When you trade the trend, which is what we do, the dead play comes back to life. Even if it's down 90%, it's going to hit our profit stop threshold and go up 15% in the green 70% of the time. And I tell you all the time, if we see a reason to buy a second strike, we buy the second strike. And guess who saw the reason? I saw the reason. I saw the reason to buy fucking calls. And I explained in the chat as well. It was at my level, 567 to 568. There was a green, red, green bullish pattern. And then whenever it formed that red 30-minute wick facing to the downside, next 30 minutes was bullish. And right before that, it formed the red 30-minute wick. So in terms of this situation, I didn't even take puts. G-War ended up calling out puts at 3 p.m. 2 minutes later at 3:02 p.m., I did calls. Sometimes we're not going to agree, but before that, he already fucking called calls, and everyone knows the dead plays come back to life 70% of the time, which means if we're down 90% on the trade, it's going to come back to life 70% of the time. So if you just buy a second strike and it's going to be towards the exact lows you time it well, the percentage gains are going to be fucking insane. Our plays that are going down 90% come back to life 70% of the time. So imagine if you created a system and where you know what you're doing and you're not just blindly doing it, where if we were in on a dead play that dropped 90%, and then we see a reason to buy a second strike, you know, aligned with that dead play, with that overall position, right, calls, then it's going to fucking print like crazy because it's timed perfectly. Fuck, if you buy a second strike and the first one's down 90%, the second one's going to be towards the exact fucking lows. You're going to print like fucking crazy. But don't just blindly do that. You know, some people try to even blindly do that. And there's other fucking companies trying to blindly create that shit because they're aware that the vast majority of our time, our dead plays come back to life. So there's literally people out there that are just waiting for our dead plays to drop. And then they just take a trade with a different fucking strike. There's people out there doing that, starting other fucking businesses. And I want to make it very clear, that's not what I did. In terms of what I did, like, yeah, I had some recognition in terms of like, oh shit, it dropped 90%. But then he took puts and I'm like, dude, I'm not doing fucking puts. Fuck that. 2 minutes later, I went with calls and I went with a different fucking strike and I went with 569 because that's the one that was far enough where I thought it was going to go in the money in terms of, you know, aligning myself with the overall profit targets. And then when I see the patterns, green, red, green, this level right here was my fucking level. I told you the game plan was to buy calls at previous day lows if there's bullish confirmations. And we had all the bullish confirmations, green, red, green, 565 auto buy worked. And we spiked all the way to 571, just like the market did yesterday. We had a nice breakout and then we had a bullish recovery into the fucking close. All the fucking confirmations were fucking there. The green, red, green was fucking there. Red 30-minute pin facing to the downside. Red 30-minute pin facing to the downside. Red 30-minute pin facing to the downside. Next 30 minutes is bullish. Next 30 minutes is bullish. Next 30 minutes is bullish. Breaks above previous red 30-minute win. Starts to break above previous 30-minute win. Starts to break above the previous 30-minute red pin. And then also the break and retest. Not only was it at my level, but it was forming higher support. My level was towards previous day lows. We had a break above my level, and the higher support was at the previous resistance. The previous red 30-minute wick, the high, was right here. The low is towards the previous high, and we're breaking out, and it's going to try to retest the high of this red wick, just like it retested here on the next 30-minute. And the bottom set was going to be towards the opening of the 30-minute, which is why I got in towards the exact opening instead of buying the fucking puts. Plus, G-Roar was in on a fucking dead play, and I told you, the dead plays come back to life 70% of the time. So there are companies out there, some of them are just blindly fucking doing it, where they wait for us to be in a fucking dead play and then they just blindly make a trade. And then there's other companies that are strategically creating systems to be profitable when our plays go down 70% plus because they know the vast majority of the time they come back to life. So if they can figure out a more advanced way where when we're down big on a play to go with the play in a different strike and a reasoning, not just to blindly do it because the vast majority of the time it comes back to life, then that's a fucking system, man. I'm telling you, this is fucking insane in terms of what is going on with the 0-day options trading companies. I can literally give you a list of names that people are genuinely doing that. They're genuinely waiting for our trades to drop 70% plus because they know they come back to life the vast majority of the time. And then from there, they're going to try to figure out more reasonings behind that so they can increase their win rate. Not that they fucking have to, because everyone knows if your trades are dropping 90% and they come back to life 70% of the time, imagine if you're just buying a different strike after someone's in a fucking dead play, the fucking win rate eventually is going to be fucking amazing. That's what I'm saying. There's literally traders out there who are fucking shit and they're blindly trading off of this information I'm fucking giving you, and they're getting fucking results doing it, man. They're building fucking companies, stealing our fucking plays, creating systems out of it. It's fucking insane in terms of what is going on in the 0-day options trading market. So with that being said, in terms of this trade, the puts didn't work out. I was completely against puts. As soon as GWAR alerted puts, I alerted fucking calls. Not agree with that at all. But, in terms of the next trade, 568 SPY puts for 26 cents a contract, 3:26 p.m. This is 10 for 13. This is 10 for 13 on the day. 11:14 is a fucking collective, man. All the curriculum works. All the game plans work. Who is putting you on to this information? Fucking nobody, man. These are the ones I already showed you, man. Just look at this, man. I mean, this is the fucking mic drop. My play went up 200%. It was timed fucking perfectly. This fucking play right here. I mean, look, I'll fucking show you one more time. I'm going to let this sink in. Who are the power hour kings, man? You already know I trade best during the power hour trading session. This just goes to show you my one and only trade for the day. I already explained it. 3:02 p.m. is where I buy. 569 calls using everything I taught you in last night's fucking video that just keeps on fucking repeating. Every single fucking thing I say is not just manifesting. It just keeps on happening, keeps on repeating. History just keeps on repeating itself with all the curriculum. Manifesting and repeating everything. Do you capture the history in real fucking time? Man, so fucking easy to fucking print with this information. What's hard is the sell. The hardest part is selling the trade. It's become so fucking easy to win. The hardest part these days is to just maximize the win and take everything that it has to milk the whole fucking win out of it. I'm telling you, we've hit a situation where trading is so fucking easy to win. 70% of the time, when we're down 90%, it comes back to life. So fucking easy to win. Hold the trade. Buy a second strike. Bigger percentage gains. Add to winners. Set a fucking profit stop. We know exactly the exact prices to pay for an overall option contract. We time the trades near perfectly. Not that we need to, because 70% of the time, our dead plays that are down 90% come back to life anyways. It is so fucking easy to find a good entry and to fucking win. The hardest part about trading is when to fucking sell. I'm telling you, when you become good at trading, you realize the hardest part to this is when to fucking sell. And that's where we're at. I'm trying to hold trades longer. I'm trying to sell for bigger wins. GWAR, I mean, he's on another fucking level when it comes to fucking holding for those massive fucking wins. You see, in terms of power hour trading session, you don't have to hold for a very long period of time to make big gains. But GWAR, he holds for the longest periods of time throughout all periods of day, and he just fucking crushes it no matter what, man. And he's trading strong intuition, man. It's fucking insane. Like I said, there's levels to the overall game, man. GWAR is really known for holding for the biggest wins and also going further out, man. It's fucking insane. But with me, I tend to hold very, very well and do very, very well overall during the power hour trading session. But you don't even have to hold for a long period of time during power hour. And I'm going to show you, man. Look at this. 569 calls, 3:02 p.m. You go to 3:02 p.m., I'm going to show you, man, who's fucking doing this. Nobody. No other fucking group is winning this big, this fucking much, man. 3:02 p.m. This is where I get in on the fucking calls, man. So, as you can see, 569 SPY calls, 3:02 p.m. You go to 3:02 p.m., this is where I'm in the fucking calls. I am in on SPY calls right here. 569 calls. I am in at the exact lows. This is where I'm in. And look, it goes straight up. You wouldn't have been profit stopped out up until 110. You would have been profit stopped out right around here. This was resistance. We had a break above resistance. This pullback is not big enough to get your profit stopped out. Had a break. When it drops back down to retest previous resistance, you would have been profit stopped out in the hundreds. I sold it at 90 cents. My profit stop didn't even stop me out. I just sold the play at 90 cents. That's why I'm saying profit stops are extremely advantageous, because sometimes you sell too soon. And if you would have just left your profit stop on and move it up a little bit higher as it's uptrending, you could have made a potential 100, 200, 300%. I mean, especially during power hour, you could have made so much more bigger gains. I mean, these went to fucking 140, man. But overall, it was a good sell. I sold it at 90 cents at 3:21 p.m. 3:21 p.m. is right here. Do you understand? This is 3:21 p.m. I sold the exact peak. I am in right fucking here at 3:02 p.m. I'm in at the fucking lows. This is my one only trade for the day, using the game plan and the fucking curriculum. Did you trade it this well? I told you, the people who create the curriculum, the people who create the levels, the people who have decades of experience, they will trade the fucking best. We will outperform anyone, especially if they're using our fucking curriculum. It's like, dude, they're not going to be able to outperform us. I just don't see how they're going to be able to outperform us, man. You know what it took to acquire this curriculum, to figure this out? You know how much I had to go through to figure all this out that I'm giving you for fucking free? It's like, dude, I am in right here at 3:02 p.m., the low. I am out right here at 3:21 p.m., the fucking high. We are out at the speed of fucking light on that overall trade, putting non-fucking stop, man, older in real fucking time. Selling the 90s, selling the fucking hundreds, printing at the speed of fucking light. But look at this, man. How the fuck? Look at this, man. People are probably wondering, how the fuck is that even possible? 568 SPY puts right after that. 568 SPY puts for 26 cents. 3:36 p.m., man. 3:36 p.m., man. Look at this. 568 puts. 3:36 p.m. Right fucking here. We're in at the exact lows. Puts at the exact fucking lows. And we sold at the exact peak before the market closed. It went from fucking 20 to fucking 130, man. And then look at the next fucking trade. So I'm buying calls at the lows. I'm selling the peak. G-War's buying puts at the lows. He's selling the peak. G-War's buying puts again on SPX towards the exact lows. He's selling the peak. You see how consistent we're doing this? Do you understand? This is what the best looks like. I'm showing you. Everyone wants to know, what does the best look like? I'm showing you. These are the best trades available within the market. Traders, they trade. These are the best trades. I'm showing you everything in real time. These are the best trades available within the market. It doesn't get better than this. There is no other person, no other group out there that has better trades than us. That's what trading is. Who has the best trades? Who has the best trading system in the game? If you have the best trades, what's next? What's the best asset class? What's the best trading system? What we've created. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the top. Welcome to the best secured private organization on the fucking planet. Welcome to the best zero-day option trading alert system on the fucking planet. You found the hidden gem. Take a look, man. 5695 SPX puts for 65 cents a contract. Right fucking here. Look at this, man. G-Roar, he doesn't even have social medias. Me, this is the only account I have on social media. I don't have any other accounts on social media. This YouTube channel is my only other account. And you could find us as of now in our fucking server. That's the only way to reach us. We're not going to DM you. We're not going to send you fucking friend requests. So with that being said, we're in right fucking here. We are in at the exact lows. 3:57 p.m., man. Who do you know is buying at the exact lows, winning this big, selling at the peak, this fucking consistent, going green every single day, putting the entire fucking world on that wants to trade zero-day options, giving them the financial freedom, man. Look at this. 65 cents a contract, 3:57 p.m. At the end of the day, you can teach people and you can tell them what to do and it works. But you know what? You think people are going to be able to trade as good as this? Because if people have the curriculum and they have the education, why don't they do what we're doing? We're doing this all in real time. This is 100% real time. This is planned a day before the market's opened. This is all strategic. You know how many money systems we have? We have systems within the stock market, zero-day options trading alert systems. We have systems with business. We have zero-day option company. Systems with fucking social media, make money, get leads into there, and we put them in the best things possible to make them money where they could take money out of the fucking market. It's a win-win to create not only financial freedom for someone and to give them the best trades and to show them how we perform in real fucking time. Because like I said, I don't think our members are going to be able to trade as good as we are in terms of them trading on their own. I don't see how that's going to be fucking possible. Like 3:57 p.m., 569, 5 SPY puts for 65 cents a contract. Selling right before the market's closed at 3:59, we're in at the fucking lows, and it goes to fucking 430. If that's not the mic drop, then I don't know what the fuck is, man. Name another group, name another person who is showing you and doing what we're doing. I already told you. I can give you a list of people and other companies who are in this business trying to make a living off of our fucking backs, off of our fucking blood, man. There's people literally waiting for our trades to drop 90%. They're creating systems out of that. Some of them blindly do it. Some of them are more educational with it. I'm telling you, man, it's a real fucking thing. There's other fucking companies. They're just fucking stealing our fucking trades in general. It's crazy what's fucking going on, man. But who's the best? Who's the fucking GOAT? Who created the curriculum? Who has the secured private organization? If you're serious about trading alongside with us and you want to be a part of the best options trading group on the fucking planet, if you want to be a part of the only options trading company on the fucking planet that has a real-time zero-day options trading alert system that prints nonstop, giving you the best trades, it's the first link down below within the description. I can assure you, with a very strong, loyal base, there's many multimillionaires in here who print. Some of the multimillionaires, they don't even say a word. Like I said, Ninja told everyone to swing calls And then on before that, I told him swing calls. We made 100% swinging calls before that. And then Ninja comes out of the fucking blue months later. He drops the swing play. It's already up fucking massively. G-Roar, he's doing fucking sometimes 3 to 5 trades a day, sometimes fucking 8 to 15 trades a day. Like I said, he trades, in terms of like the curriculum that I've taught along with the Heart of Cards, a lot of his trades like solely based, purely based off of like intuition. He'll find his entries purely based off of intuition, his heart. In terms of my entries, they really don't come from like intuition in a sense. My entries and the way I trade is all systematic. I have an educational system. G-Roar, he's literally trading with the fucking Heart of Cards. With the Heart of Cards, with his intuition, just print at the speed of light. And then as he's in the trade, using the curriculum, using everything to his advantage at all times. Me, in terms of my trading, my entries really don't come from they really don't come from intuition. They come from my systematic approach to the market, the daily chart foundation, the 30-minute chart foundation, and my game plan and the key levels of interest, man. There is some differences, but I'm telling you, man, this is another fucking level. To make like fucking 13 trades on a day, 10 for 13, power hour up over 1,500 fucking percent, timing the trades at the exact lows, selling at the exact fucking peak. It's fucking insane, man. There's nothing else out there like this on the fucking planet, man. If you can find something like this, where their winning is this much, this fucking big, we'll wire $20,000 to your account. Because I can assure you, multimillionaires with decades of fucking experience, very hard to come across, very hard to find. And they don't have social media. I'm telling you, G-Roar, he doesn't even have social media. Me, I had no fucking idea my life was going to fucking turn into this, man. Like, fuck. I leveled up like fucking crazy over the past fucking 2 years. I used to scalp options for small percentage gains, sizing in big with tight stop losses, and it was working well for me because I would win the vast majority of the time. G-Roar and I fused, and then I figured this out on my own, and he taught the systematic aspects with the set the profit stop, no stop loss, add to winners, and I added that to my trading, and I figured out far the money zero day options. Now I'm fucking making 200% returns in 30 minutes. A couple fucking years ago, I was making like 10%, 20%, 30% returns. Everyone was so hyped and happy for me. And then once I started making the biggest percentage gains, vast majority of people switched up on me. It's fucking crazy how that works, man. It's called fucking success. So if you want to get the best trades available within the market, if you want to trade with our real-time zero-day options trade alert system that is backed by multi-millionaires, it's the first link down below within the description. This is the largest options trading company that has a real-time zero-day options trade alert system. I mean, to even be able to find a system like this, it is so hard to find a fucking system out there. I told you, most people just educate. They just do buy and sell alerts and they just fucking educate. They have no strategic system. If you are trading far out of the money zero-day options and you don't have a fucking system, you are genuinely lost. Far out of the money zero-day options give you an opportunity to create the most strategic systems within the overall market. I told you, the way we do our system is there is no stop loss. The most we put in is our max risk per trade. The beauty of trading far out of the money zero-day option contracts is you know exactly how much money you are going to lose. Whatever you put in is the most you can lose on the overall trade. We put in our max risk per trade. We hold the trades. We make the biggest percentage gains within the market, sell deep in the money, set profit stops when we're at 15%, move the profit stops up higher to ensure that we don't get back the bulk of our gains, add to winners to increase the wins, adding to winners doubles to triples the overall wins in a safe way because you're going to get profit stopped out by setting the profit stop at your new average cost. And like I said, leaving the runners, selling the runners deep in the money. You don't have to have your entire position attached to the overall profit stop, right? But look, man, we got the system. We're printing nonstop in terms of the group and the community. In my experience, this is the best. This is one of the best times it's ever been. I'm telling you, community's pushing at all-time highs. We're growing fucking massively. If you go on WAP.com, every single day, we are ranking out of tens of thousands of companies. Out of all the companies on WAP, it's tens of thousands. Out of all the different categories. Every single day, our secured private organization is ranking in the top 100 in terms of most money made. And the reason why that is, it's not because I'm like super famous on social media and we're getting like thousands of people to just join at the speed of fucking light. It's not like that, right? Because I'm clearly a niche. I'm not super fucking famous. I'm more niche and educational. That's how I've been, right? At this point in time. It's because the clients choose to stay and it's a monthly recurring business. I told you, 90% of the people who join Team Roar choose to stay for a very long period of time. Only 10% leave monthly. It's a very high success rate and people are optimizing for financial freedom. And I told you, in terms of day trading, financial freedom is a zero-day options trading alert system. There is no better system with real money. I'm telling you, all of the rich people, all of the wealthy traders who are good enough to optimize for this system, because I'm telling you, in terms of me, it took over a decade to figure this out, had to go through a lot of stuff, and I fused with G-Roar, which helped tremendously to be able to fuse, with someone like G-Roar. It's fucking tremendous. Decade of experience, highest win rate in the game, biggest percentage gains, sometimes 10 to 15 trades, heart of cards intuition. It's fucking life-changing, man, fusing with multimillionaires. So with that being said, man, I'm telling you, we've got something that can genuinely change your life, and you could take advantage of the opportunity. There is no promo codes. There is no trials. We're not going to send you DMs. We're not going to send you friend requests, right? There is one link. The one link is the first link down below in the description, right? This is all we offer. It's the first link down below in the description. We're not going to DM you. We're not going to send you friend requests. You can't even DM me or send me a friend request if you wanted to. If you have any questions, you can ask the questions within the overall chat. If you join the group, make sure you click on your settings and go to friend request settings. When you go to your friend request settings, you're going to see an everyone option. I would encourage you, not that you have to, right, to disable that. If you turn off everyone, that means the bots who are not in our server are not going to be able to reach you. And the strangers and the scammers, who might try to contact you, you don't have to bother with them either. And you don't have to get these notifications of people trying to distract you. It's all a fucking waste. Turn off the everyone option. Why would you want strangers, scammers, and bots to send you friend requests and to send you messages? All they're going to do is fuck up your experience within the community and slow down the server. So it's not only helping you out, but it protects our server, because by you doing this, it speeds up our server. If we have a fuck ton of bots, which we currently do, who are trying to target our members, it's going to slow down our fucking server, right? So just make sure you do that. And then in terms of other settings on everyone, there is an option. It's called server members. You can leave that on. If you want the people who are in our community, who are in our server, who are paying the monthly fee to DM you or send you a friend request, you can turn that on, and you can change or edit your settings at any fucking period of time, right? I'm telling you that because I want you to have the best experience, and I want to have the best networking community. And part of having the best networking community is to not have stupid fucking bots, scammers, or fucking strangers to contact you who are not even in our fucking server, man. That's just how the Discord platform works. This is the only thing you can do in terms of Discord. And it's not just Discord. Many other platforms, there's some slight differences. I mean, even Telegram, in a sense, they have some problems with the DM, but from my understanding, it is a bit more secure over there. Like I said, in the future, we might switch platforms, but this is where we are right now. This level up in terms of our secure private organization, it happened extremely fucking fast, man. It's like one of those situations where it's like, you're trying your best to, do something, and you're doing well, for like a fucking decade. And then all of a sudden, next fucking year, life fucking changes, and you just print at the speed of fucking light. It's like unlimited fucking wind. It's like, dude, we're in a situation. We have so many clients who stay with us. I don't even have to post anymore. I post because at the end of the day, I want to grow the business, and I want G-Roar to get paid very, very well as well. And that's just part of winning. I'm a fucking winner, and I like doing multiple things. I like educating people. I like creating self-sufficient traders. I like giving people the game plan and see how they trade it. That's just part of me and my personality and my passion in terms of one of the things that I do, right? I'm not just a trader. I'm also someone who creates self-sufficient trader, and I give people my game plans, and everything I'm teaching you is the way I trade, right? So in a way, it kind of helps me become better in a sense. I mean, it can, in certain ways, help me become better. If I'm literally explaining to you exactly what I'm going to do a day before the market opens, holding myself accountable, thousands of people watching, and then implementing it the next day in real time within the secured private organization. And not just that, but just repetition. Repetition and consistency can help you become better. And one of the ways you can become better is by teaching other people. I've literally become a better trader in certain ways by teaching others how to trade. And the way I teach people how to trade is the exact way that I trade. You understand? This isn't like BS marketing, trying to get views, teaching stuff that I know is going to go viral, trying to grow on social media. Oh, this strategy's right here is getting views. If I try to copy this strategy and do it for the views, it's like, no. If I'm going to use some other strategy, which I really don't, everything I do is something that I've created. It's like self-taught and figured out on my own in a sense. But if I did that, I would have to backtest, experiment, and see if it works for me before I even attempt that, unless I want to document the journey. But the point is, man, everything I'm teaching you is what I've created. This is how I view and say the market. I'm not saying there's not other people who've discovered this before me. I'm sure there is. But there are certain things that people haven't even discovered, man. There's been people, they joined my group, they told me, hey, you should use the 30-minute chart. Someone came along, they said, use the 30-minute chart. They showed me some things. I figured it out on my own. But people coming along and saying things and to experiment or just doing your own research in general and experimenting, backtesting, putting in all the fucking work helps in terms of figuring out what works. I mean, I'm telling you, best fucking thing is the 30-minute chart. The best foundation is the 30-minute chart. Look, man, if you want to print and win with the speed of fucking light, it's the first thing down below within the description. It's unlimited fucking winning. It's unlimited fucking printing. I'm telling you, we have members raving that I've invited them into our community, man. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the invite. It's the first link down below in the description. This is a secured group. There is no discount codes. We're not wasting our time with that. We are priced, if you want to know how we price ourselves, it's fair. And we are charging less than we should. We should charge more, but it's at a price where it's fair enough for small accounts because we understand people with small accounts want to trade. And in terms of our system, it's not just for rich people. It is for small accounts. If we wanted to, we could try to attract more higher ticket prices where we just want, more 5-figure accounts or 6-figure accounts or 7-figure accounts and charge more. We could do that. We can optimize for that. We can charge whatever we want. It's our business. We can charge $1,000 a month and just attract people with large accounts. They will pay it and they will stay, especially the ones with accounts above 10,000 plus because the value's there. I'm telling you, the people who got money, they fucking see it and they print like fucking crazy, especially if they're self-sufficient and already have experience in trading with these SPX power hour plays and all this shit. They fucking see it instantly. It's the beginners and small accounts. It's going to take more fucking time to figure this out and print a lot of rewiring in a sense like that, especially if you lack the experience or if you're not as self-sufficient in that sense, right? But you know what you're getting. You're getting access to our trades and a real-time zero-day options trading alert system. Roar is focused on creating the best zero-day options trading alert system in the market, right? So this isn't a focus on educating, right? Isn't focused on buy, sell alerts. No, this is focused on the best trade alert system that's going to print you money at the speed of fucking light. And obviously, as you trade alongside us, you will learn how to trade. Being in our community, asking questions and seeing what we say about the market and our analysis and our trades, you will learn how to trade. There's different ways to learn how to trade, but we give you the best fucking trades, man. But just so you're aware, like I said, there's no coupon codes. There's no promo codes. There's no free fucking trials. It's like, dude, if we did a free fucking trial, there's certain things that I just can't do. Me being me, there's certain things I can't do even if I wanted to do. I want to have the best secured private organization. If I did a free trial, a bunch of brokies are coming in, a bunch of bullshit fucking haters are coming in, a bunch of trolls are coming in, raids are coming in, fucking scammers are coming in. There are ways to get around free trials in certain situations. There are things you can do with free trials. You can just, when it fucking ends, you can make another account under a different fucking name with a different fucking credit card on a fucking privacy website, or you can pay the fucking website to hide your fucking identity, make your fucking fake card with your real card linked up, abuse the fucking system. It is possible in certain free trials. It's like, dude, we're not playing games here. This is a real fucking business, all right? We're here to serve you in the best way possible. And the best way to serve you is to give you a fair monthly price, right? Because in terms of having the best business is a monthly recurring subscription. Who can get the members to stay on the subscription the longest? And the way we're going to get you to stay is by winning. That's how we're going to do it. It's going to be unlimited fucking printing, unlimited fucking winning. Some of you might become so self-sufficient and successful where you might just leave. You're like, dude, I got it figured out, but I just don't see how you're going to be able to trade as good as we are, man. If someone gets to that level, it's going to be very interesting to see, in terms of the overall community with self-sufficiency. I mean, it is possible, but it's going to take a fuck ton of time, right? But I'm telling you, man, it's the first link down below within the description. This is the most real, secured, private organization of traders and multimillionaires you're ever going to fucking find. In terms of the people subscribed to this channel, at the bare minimum in your trading career, it is strongly recommended. I mean, I would even say required, in a sense, to at least try it once. To try joining us once and experience it for yourself. Because in terms of this experience, you're going to get a positive experience out of this and you will get something out of this, man. I'm telling you, it's a very positive experience. You can learn how to trade by trading alongside us. You can take some of the trades. You could follow with the overall system. You can use our trades as confirmations with your overall trades. You can ask questions within the chat alongside us and alongside multimillionaires and alongside members who are extremely good traders, fucking phenomenal traders, and they've been with us for fucking years, man. I can give you a list of names of people who are active within our community who are fucking phenomenal, trading with 5 to 6 figures, who've been with us for fucking years. It's fucking amazing. So look, man, if that's what you're looking for and you want to trade and win and print at the speed of fucking light, I told you, it's the first thing down below in the description. Everyone loves the community. In terms of the community, this is one of the best places we've ever been in. It's extremely positive. There's no toxicity. There's no fucking raids. There's no fucking bullshit. There's no fucking negativity. There's no fucking hating. There's no fucking bullying. This is a very positive community who is winning and printing, and we're on that same mission. I told you, the mission is to create the best real-time zero-day options trading alert system where you can not only make money with us, but also learn and trade alongside with us. And then I want to serve that purpose of, like I said, the best educational system. I want this whole fucking world to know the reasoning behind my trades. That's part of my purpose. I want every single trader to know the exact reasoning on why I'm in a trade. And if they listen to the curriculum and they use the key levels and the game plans and they see what I'm doing in real time, they should be able to know without me telling them, because I told them beforehand. I said, look, this is the levels, this is the curriculum, this is what I do with the 30-minute chart. And when I enter the trade, you should know the exact reason, if you're using the information I'm giving you, on why I enter that trade. But that's my focus, man. My focus has been, an educational system. G-Roar's system is more of like intuition, where he's literally just trading. And he does use the 30-minute chart. He does use the curriculum that I taught him with the 30-minute chart, the gap close reversal strategy like that. But it is more focused on trading and winning, right? And in terms of my system, it's more focused on educating. That's why in terms of my trades, you're going to see it's a lot less. It's 1 to 3 trades. But you should have a good understanding, if you're watching the content, on why I'm in the trade. And it's educational, man. Like, it's just so fucking simple. Green, red, green is bullish. Red pin facing to the downside was bullish next 30 minutes. It happened multiple times on the day. Red pin facing to the downside was bullish. Bullish next 30 minutes on the day. This is resistance. The resistance is aligned with the level where I wanted to buy calls. We had a break, we had a retest, we had a green, and we had a red 30-minute pin. All bullish confirmations. It's so fucking simple. I don't understand why anyone would want to complicate what it is that I'm giving them, man. It already works like fucking crazy and prints like crazy. I mean, one thing I would say is, if you want to focus on finding a way to hold your trades longer, I would encourage you that. But in terms of entries, I really don't see what you can do with an indicator or anything else that you use. I just don't see it, man. In terms of fucking entries, there's not much you can do unless, like, we're down 70% on a play and you're trying to find the perfect entry and you're trying to find some edge. You could do something with that. But in terms of, like, fucking entries, fucking perfect, man. With my educational system, time fucking perfectly when it fucking works. Because it's educational. If it's educational and history repeats itself, it's going to work fucking perfectly. If you're basing your trades off of something that is going to repeat in the fucking past, and you're using confirmations at the levels that it's going to repeat in the past, when you are right, and we're right the vast majority of the time because we've been doing this over a decade, you're going to look like a fucking genius. It's going to look like magic. You're going to be like, dude, that trade was timed perfectly. Everything worked out perfect. It's like, dude, it's based off of fucking history at a key level, and there's a confirmation. When it works, history is going to repeat in a very similar cycle where it's going to literally seem like fucking magic. It's like it was timed perfectly, perfect entry, everything. So you want to do something? Exits. That's we're always focused on improving the exits, man. There's not too much we can do with the entries, man. We got the entries all figured out. It's just in terms of trading, once you win, you start to figure out. I mean, we have the system. It's literally just to sell. The hardest part to trading is to sell. If you're in trades that go up 1,000%, where the fuck do you sell? You could sell at key levels automatically that are likely to drop first. That's what I do. You could set profit stops and add a fucking profit stops. You can trade with your intuition, and that helps a lot in terms of selling. I'm telling you, man, the hardest part to trading when you get to this level is the sell. That's the hardest fucking part. You can use indicators. You can stack things within your favor. I'm giving you some ideas, too, to be self-sufficient, what to apply with our stuff, man. I'm telling you, next decade, trading in fucking here with our fucking system, who knows what it's going to look like a decade from now. The amount of fucking, oh my gosh, dude, we're already this good. And Timur's been here for 2 years now. Imagine what it's going to look like a decade from now. So look, man, if you're serious about making money and you're serious printing, you know what to do. It's the first link down below in the description. We're going to be interested in trading some stocks tomorrow as well. And we're going to close out this week very, very strong within the green. You guys are well aware that Fridays tend to be our best trading days. And in terms of this week, well, already made multiple days, multiple 1,000% profit returns. My portfolio as a whole is already up 160% this month. So it's the first link down below in the description. I'm looking forward to Friday being my best day. But in terms of every trading day, literally every trading day is our best day. It's just something about the Fridays, man. Like, they tend to be our absolute best days. So it's the first link down below in the description.